Hello, viewer. If you want to know about post-crisis Superman's universe warping, reality distorting feats, then stay tuned as I warp into it. Disclaimers first. Please support the official material. Stuff I show here is for informative purposes, and spoilers. On with the show. This video, I'll be addressing claims where Superman is said to shake the universe in some way, and also times where he distorted or fixed distortions in reality. First, we go to this famous Superman fight where the post-crisis and Golden Age Superman fought each other. Full details about this in Story Feats episode 2. Check it out. In short, the distorted reality involved the two Supermen gaining alternate memories in the other one's universe when they hit it off. There's no evidence the universe itself was affected by them fighting, and yes, having Superman level power was a factor, but there were other factors that caused this distorted reality. That is, adding extra Earths into the universe, which weakened it, and Golden Age Superman was said to be a key to the multiverse. Overall, the two Supermen fighting did distort reality, but it only affected them and not the universe itself. And there were other factors involved. Again, Story Feats episode 2 for more details. Next, in Trinity 33, there is the claim Wonder Woman and Superman shook the universe, as there is a statement saying they shook the heavens and earth during their fight. Looking at the full story, the statement actually refers to when Wonder Woman fought a mind-controlled Superman, as it next flashes to the image of Wonder Woman killing Maxwell Lord. All the events mentioned in the story appear to be dramatized descriptions of what happened in the fight between Wonder Woman and Superman, where Maxwell Lord, described as Grey Lord, mind-controlled Superman to fight Diana. Check out my full breakdown of the fight in Story Feats episode 36. The shaking of Earth is likely from Superman punching Diana back down to Earth, and the supposed shaking of heaven is likely a dramatization of Superman initially flying Wonder Woman to the sun to meet her doomsday. There was no actual shaking of the universe, nor does the recounting of events actually state that. Overall, the statement of shaking heaven and earth appears to be hyperbole or dramatization for storytelling, referencing the fight that happened between Wonder Woman and Superman, where maybe Earth was shaken, but definitely not the universe. Next, we have Superman punching Nebulaman, a living universe, used to claim he can universally destroy a full universe. Nebulaman was an infant universe that showed some reality warping abilities. He contains miniature galaxies and even a mini Earth with people inside it. Also, he has shown cosmic senses and can absorb energies to get stronger. But the important thing to note is that Nebulaman had a flaw inserted in it by the superhero group Ultramarines to stop it growing really big, as beforehand, Black Death did something seedy to turn Nebulaman evil. And even after living for 3 billion years through time travel shenanigans, Nebulaman is clearly not the size of a universe. Maybe around the size of 2 tall humans. Also important is the fact Nebulaman has no proven feats or statements that suggest he has universe level power. The most definite estimates we have about his power is that his touch is stated to have the power of 20 atomic bombs, and he is hinted to be able to destroy the world. Given Nebulaman can absorb cosmic energies mostly, I believe his base power is that of 20 atomic bombs, and if he absorbs enough energy, he probably has the power to destroy Earth. When strong-armed by Superman, Nebulaman's best feat at the time was absorbing the reality warper Pulsate while in disguise. Pulsate himself was able to disable 2 Superman robots and temporarily bring back the yellow weakness in Green Lantern's ring. However, Pulsate was only shown able to warp reality in a localized area and hasn't shown the power to affect a planet at once, let alone destroy it. Later, when Nebulaman was killed by his own spear, just before, Frankenstein gravely hurt him using his steam gun. Now, the steam gun is quite powerful, able to blow someone's mind while piercing through at least 2 train carriages and blowing up the train's engine. Of course, that's not enough to destroy a universe, let alone the planet. Overall, hurting or killing Nebulaman doesn't require universe-level power, and Superman beating him down doesn't prove that he has universe-level power. One confirmed reality-fixing feat is Superman using his heat vision to help close up a tear in reality. So, this very powerful monster called Siva tears a hole in reality from New Genesis. Orion uses his mother box and new god powers to seal the tear, where Superman then uses his heat vision to assist. One thing to note during this time is that the boom tube really grows on you, where Superman was enlarged by it when he traveled into New Genesis, to the point planets were about the size of marbles to him. Also, to discuss Superman fighting Siva, the one who created that tear, and was stated its dancing could create shockwaves that destroy all worlds of existence. Superman helped defeat it, but it's clear he was no match for Siva, even when teamed up with Orion. He could nudge it enough to free Orion from its grip, though he isn't shown doing any visible damage to Siva, where he states himself he couldn't move it. Eventually, Superman did create a tornado to twist Siva's focus that let Orion blast it into the source. On top of that, Highfather and Darkseid, with some coercion, sacrificed themselves to the source, which was the final thing that defeated Siva, sealing it into the Source War. Overall, Superman's heat vision fixed a tear in reality with help from Orion, his mother box, and Superman was greatly enlarged by a boom tube. As for Superman's fight with Siva, he was clearly no match against it, needing Orion's help along with Darkseid and Highfather's sacrifice to truly defeat it. Finally, on the next story, Superman is able to create a lot of static electricity to create a barrier around what's described as a temporal disruption. So, this other dimensional team called the Next travels through different realities using what's called a singularity harpoon that creates this temporal distortion in the post-crisis universe. It is described, as I interpret it, as eventually destroying reality. So, a repair construct is sent by the Next to fix this distortion. That's when Superman puts his hands together to create a statically electric barrier which covers the time distortion and traps the repair construct inside it. This unfortunately causes the distortion to somehow absorb the repair construct, become sentient, grows in size, and eventually breaks out of the barrier. This sentient distortion, now called the Oblivion Shadow, initially traps Superman when he heads to its origin point, continually growing by absorbing Superman's essence and gaining knowledge from him. Superman was shown unable to physically break free of it, even when learning about it and attempting to use super speed to phase out. He is freed eventually due to, from what I can tell, a mix of Superman finding the right frequency to phase out and the Oblivion Shadow being stated to have sampled enough from Superman. When the Oblivion Shadow is fully grown, it is stated to pretty much devour all of existence in every dimension and starts to do so. Despite Superman's best efforts, it destroys him, among others. He is eventually restored when the heavily modified device, called the Biostatic Reserve, destroys the Oblivion Shadow. Overall, Superman was able to temporarily seal a distortion in space-time by generating a static electric barrier. However, he is no match for the Oblivion Shadow, which could destroy all of existence, and was shown to physically overpower Superman even before fully grown. In conclusion, some claims that post-crisis Superman has universal power are exaggerated based on what's been presented. He has shown, sometimes with help, that he can warp reality or fix distortions in reality in a localized area. And it's clear Superman doesn't have universal power, given he's outmatched against beings such as Siva and the Oblivion Shadow, who were shown to warp reality and stated they could destroy all of existence. Of course, that's just me. Read the full story and make your own judgments. Okay, that's all for today. Hopefully this taught you an idea of Superman's reality-bending feats. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe if you'd like, and hope to feat you again.